Well, hey there, everybody. It's your old pal, Uncle Val, and I hope everybody is having a fantastic Saturday. Fantastic. You see what I did there? Maybe not, because maybe you don't know what the stream is about today. Hey, Janice is in the room. So you must be one of, oh, it's picking up. So it said one a few minutes ago, and then it jumped to two, and now it's up to three. So it's building. Three people in the room, three likes. We may have, we may have more, but I think some people are just lurking. So I'm going to pour myself some water because my throat is a little bit dry and crackly. We have some beverages, and the Prince of Dogness has just graced us with his presence. So it's Doodle, everybody. Now, because we are doing a vegan show today, I don't know, there's a lot of vegan things that dogs can't eat. Dogs cannot eat onions. Dogs cannot eat garlic. Dogs cannot eat grapes. Dogs cannot eat olives. But dogs can eat their salmon jerky treats. So we do have those. Hey, Jared, long time no see. Glad you could make it. Welcome back to the room. And John Demby. I was going to give John a shout out and say that because I saw him today and he said that he might be lurking in the background and listening, but he had some stuff to do. So nice that you introduce yourself, John. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to give Doodle a treat right now, but he will be back and I will introduce him once we get some more people in the room. There you go, Doodle. No? Fine, be that way. So I will let people know that I'm not 100% today. So I'm going to try not to let you know that, but I am not 100% today because yesterday I got my Pfizer booster, my COVID shot, and so today I'm running a temperature of 100. I'm a little bit achy. I feel like on this side of my body that I was arm wrestling a silverback gorilla, but that happened time as well. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to feel fine tomorrow. But I'm gonna soldier through, and hopefully you guys won't even notice that Uncle Val is not at 100% running on all cylinders. So hopefully not. Hey, Tom just joined us in the room, and Jared, I mentioned you earlier. So we got some people coming here. Feel better. Yeah, it'll pass tomorrow. But better safe than sorry. Next month, I'm going to Boston. And I'm going to be visiting family in Boston and filming some fun stuff in Boston. And I just wanted to make sure that that I was up to date because I got my vaccine on Christmas Day, so it's been a while. And I think they said the CDC said 8 months get a booster. So it's been more than 8 months, and so I got my booster. And again, 100-degree temperature for most people that's not bad, but for me I run 97, so it's a little bit high. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? No, not yet. Oh, well, Eli, yes. You need some Dole Whip. Dole Whip solves everything. Dole Whip is so Eli, did you check out the Reckless Eating episode where we ate Dole Whip? So it was your typical pineapple Dole Whip, but it was blended with mango. So that was really good. If you have not checked that out, go over to Reckless Eating and you can check it out. Well, I thank you, Janice. I hope I feel better too. But I will. Tomorrow, I've gone through this before, needed to rest a little bit, and then tomorrow morning I was like 100%. So back up. So and again, I am going to try to not let you know that I am not running on all 4 cylinders today, or 6 cylinders, or even 8 cylinders. Hey, John King is in the room. John, are you enjoying a Coors Banquet today? And Peter Griffin as well. Now they're starting to pop in. It's starting to become a party. So for those who don't know, or for those who didn't see, maybe you just like anytime it pops up that we're doing a live stream, you jump in. And Eli, let me explain that here. It's a good question. It's an excellent question. So today we are doing a vegan episode. Now, the reason I wanted to do a vegan episode is I wanted everything that we do to be vegan. We've done vegan stuff. We've done this in the past. I don't have any vegans that are mad at me, except on Twitter. Let me preface this by saying I want everybody in the room to join me in having respect for vegans. I have nothing but respect for vegans. They have a level of discipline that I could never attain. I am in touch with with my place in the food chain. I try to make sure that I'm eating things that are humanely sourced, but I do eat meat and animal products. I try not to eat a lot of them. I try to be balanced and eat a little bit of everything. So I do understand some people who are adamant that anything you touch that has anything to do with animal products makes you a murderer. But then again, I also have friends who are like interested in things that I've tried, and I respect their judgment. When we go out to eat somewhere, I always make sure that we pick a place that has vegan options as well. And sometimes if it's an unusual vegan option that I have, haven't had, then I'll try it as well. So I want everybody here to have that same level of respect, because I'm hoping, I put out a thing saying vegans encouraged, and I'm hoping that some vegans join the room. And the reason I want some vegans on this live stream is because I want their cultural input. So I want them to correct me if I say something that's incorrect, or maybe give a little bit of background as to why certain things are vegan. I will actually school you a little bit on finding vegan things. And today we're doing a combination of things that are just inherently vegan and things that are made specifically vegan that are supposed to not be vegan, right? So we're going to do a little bit of both. So again, I ask you, everyone in the room, to have the same respect that I have for vegans, unless they get unruly and start, calling us murderers and stuff like that, in which case we will have to give them a warm and hearty Trippy Foon exit. But I don't anticipate that. I want this to be a decent, interesting discussion on vegan food. I am doing this with an open mind. I am not expecting some stuff to taste bad. I am going to try not to compare stuff. Some people might not agree with me, but when you compare vegan copies of, I think, what is the name? They have a name for, analog. They call it an analog. When you try a analog of a product that is not vegan, but you try the vegan product, some people say, oh, it tastes just like this. Now, and my argument is, no, it doesn't. It really does not taste exactly like that. The texture is always a little bit different. The taste is a little bit different. It may be satisfying, but it doesn't taste just like it, and the texture is not just like it. And some things are really close. And so, we're going to keep an open mind about it and just go for the flavor and not really compare it to anything, even if they beg comparison because of what these things are called. So we have I think we have 6 snacks, 2 beverages. Again, as always, we have our non-alcoholic beverage and our alcoholic beverage. Let me see if I missed anyone in the room or I missed any comments. You guys got to keep me honest. Janice says, I'm on a tablet, so my connection is spotty and I can't type as fast. That's okay, Janice, just as long as you catch up with us. Very last thing, I would be as critical of someone's eating habits. Yeah, you and I have no room to talk, Tom. So I agree with you. Val, come join me. I ate at my local Burger King. I'm eating a Whopper. You want something? No, I'm in the middle of doing a live stream, Sonic. So I cannot join you. I am doing a live stream. But if I does Sonic have any of the vegan meat options? Do they have like the Impossible or Beyond or even something different? Do they have that, Sonic? I don't know. I haven't been to a Sonic in a while. Val, your voice seems different today. Again, it's a little bit scratchy, and I don't know when you came into the room, Peter, but I was telling people that yesterday I got my Pfizer booster, and so I'm having typical side effects from that I had last time when I had the second shot, which is 100-degree fever, aches, and again, the side of my arm feels like I was arm wrestling with a silverback gorilla. So that's probably why. The other thing is that I am using a different headset today. So this is my work headset, and this has like noise canceling stuff and everything. So guys, tell me. I mean, if my voice sounds funny, like a little bit scratchy and everything, that's just me, how I am today. But let me know, like, is the volume high enough? I think I can raise the volume. Is the volume high enough? Is it clear? I have the air conditioning running, and hopefully because of the noise canceling, you can't hear the air conditioning. But I just want to know, what does it sound like? Is it too loud? Is it not loud enough? Just let me know. Peter, I will recover. Like I said, this happened last time. So when I had my second shot, and I went to bed early. I woke up the next day. I felt fine. So I'm expecting the same thing to happen. Oh, Val, I hope you don't have the COVID Delta. No, I don't have the COVID Delta. I have the the COVID vaccine side effects is what I have. So yeah, I know that I don't have COVID Delta. They took my temperature, all that other fun stuff when I went to get the shot. I know I don't have COVID, and I haven't everywhere I went today, masked up, social distance and everything. But like I said, these are all side effects of the vaccine. So can hear you, Val. You look good, sound good. Okay. Looking good is the tough part, because I didn't think I looked good, based on the way I feel. I'm thinking to myself, I hope I don't look like how I feel. So, hey, Donna, welcome to the room. Donna Lauderdale, you hear me well. Good. Okay. Volume is fine. just not as deep as usual. Like the bass has been taken out. I'll have to check that out. I'll have to see if there's an adjustment to make to add the bass to it. This is a pretty robust headset. It's very, very expensive. I would never have bought this on my own because of how expensive it is. But my work thought that I was worth it, and so they got me a nice headset. I usually use it for my work computer, but I decided I was going to try this today and see if it was any benefit or better. So there we go. Praying for you, my brother Val. Well, I don't need prayers. I'm fine. So I'm trying to avoid situations where I would require prayer. So I will be fine tomorrow. Just wanted to let everybody know that if I don't seem running on all cylinders, that's why. It's because I got the booster yesterday. Okay, I only got vaccinated twice with my Moderna. I'm trying to remember. Oh no, okay. Moderna is twice. Johnson & Johnson is once. I don't think I need the third shot, but everyone should have the right to make their own medical decisions. Correct, Sonic. They have not approved a third shot for Moderna yet. They've only approved the one for Pfizer, and Pfizer is the one I got. So that's why I got the boosters. That, and again, the fact that I am going to Boston in several weeks, and I'm going to spend some time up there, and we're going to record some fun stuff, and it'll be fun. And I need some more water because my throat's drying up. Good old water. I don't know so I drink this. I think Matt was drinking the same thing last night. Crystal Geyser, one of these gallon things of Crystal Geyser. I drink that throughout the day. There's just something about the way they mix the hydrogen and the oxygen together that's just really, really, really good. The irony is I made a trip up to the Sierra Mountains, and I went to the town where they make this. And if you buy this in the town where they actually bottle it, it's more expensive than if you just go to like a Ralph's or your local grocery store or anything. So go figure. So I will be drinking lots of water today, but I also have some other beverages as well. I think we'll start with a beverage, and that way we have something to wet our whistle. I'll start with our non-alcoholic beverage, and then I'll work my way into the alcoholic beverage. So there we go. I need water all the time. It helps besides using my inhaler. Yeah, I mean, it helps in general. I think they say that unless you do rigorous exercise every day, you really don't need to drink like a gallon of water and everything. But I just fill up my glass during the course of the day and drink it. I've also been because I don't want to be a fat pig the rest of my life. I have also been doing what is the word? It is when you don't eat after a certain time. I can't remember the phrase for the term for that. So it is. I don't remember it. I don't remember the phrase for that, but I'm doing that. So like I don't eat after anything after 4 p.m. Thank you very much, Spencer. Intermittent fasting. I say thank you very much, Spencer, and then I'll have a chance to enter to greet you to the room. So thank you, Spencer. You are absolutely correct. It is intermittent fasting. I'm doing that, and I'm also walking between 5 and 6 miles a day. So yeah, good times. What's the best water for asthma control? I don't know that, Sonic. Your best bet is Google, because I don't know that. I don't have asthma, and I don't know a lot of people who do. So I don't know if water helps with asthma control or not. Is it salt water, bottled water, or spring mineral water? It is spring mineral water. Do they sell salt water? Alpine spring water. It is alpine spring water. And do they mention the source? Let's see. The other good thing about using this headset is that if I turn this way, you can still hear me. So I think they mentioned the source. This is bottled at the source, and it is in the Sierra Mountains, and it is where? The Sierra Nevada mountains. Well, we knew that. So, okay, somewhere in the Sierra Nevada mountains, I guess. Sounds good. I like spring water. It is natural and more healthy. Well, because distilled water is purer, right? So there's less stuff in it. Usually, like Aquafina. Aquafina uses the municipal water supply, but they purify it, right? So when you purify it, especially by distillation, you take everything out of it, and it's nothing but pure water. And over a period of time, that's actually not good for you. So what's the thing is, you need the minerals and things that are in like spring water. They help. So to drink a lot of distilled water is not necessarily good for you, but it's better than drinking no water at all. That's for sure. For people with respiratory health issues, we need salt water. It's the acid that helps. I think, right, Spencer? Thanks. The thing about salt water, though, is like I know that people who are shipwrecked, right, or people who are their boat capsized in the middle of the ocean, and if they drink seawater, they eventually go crazy. I don't know what it is, something about the salt or the other stuff. There's probably a bunch of other stuff in that water, and apparently that and the combination of the sun drives you crazy. But so I don't know. You're drinking salt water all the time, but it dehydrates you. You know what? I wish that I don't have them here, but I wish I had those Fisherman's Friends. That would be good. The only problem is it would ruin the taste of everything else. Adding lemon to your water helps hydrate you more efficiently. Yeah, because there's nutrients and stuff in the lemon. So you're absolutely right, Eli. So again, let me just go back and welcome Spencer to the room and Eli to the room, because I did not do a good job of doing that. Welcome, both of you. So water is very important. It allows you to make coffee. Damn straight, Bob. REA Junior Music in the room. Hopefully, Bob is from Boston, and hopefully we will be getting together with Bob next month. Maybe we'll do something together. That'll be fun. Harvard Square or something. There's a lot of fun stuff to do in Harvard Square. Acid versus alkaline water, which is better? I don't know. And I never got a science degree, so I don't really know. Now, today I'm wearing my green shirt because it's vegan day. And I just think, everything I'm looking at is green for vegan. So I thought it would be helpful. So let's start going through what we're going to drink and what we're going to do. I'm sorry. Let's start with this. So this is, I think the company is, I think it's pronounced Gardein, maybe Guardian. I'm not sure. I think the emphasis is on the word garden. They just kind of mix up the letters and everything, and the emphasis on the word garden. And this is plant-based. You'll notice it says saus'ge gumbo. And the reason it says saus'ge gumbo and not sausage gumbo is because a lot of vegan products cannot use words like chicken. Like if you get vegan chicken, you notice it's spelled like CHIK' or something along those lines, because you can't say chicken if there's no chicken in it. And they know that. So they give it, put apostrophes in there, change a letter or something along those lines, just to let you know that it is not sausage. It is a sausage substitute. Now, this is a plant-based gumbo. But the thing that I would caution you about when you look for vegan foods, right, is you can't go by something that just says plant-based, because there are a lot of things that are plant-based, but they do have like non-vegan things in them. Like, for instance, if you take ocean spray pink, what do you call that fruit? Pink grapefruit juice. Right? It has carmine coloring in it. Carmine coloring is made from the cochineal insect, which they crush it, and it has this red color, and they use that. Honey is not vegan because it is a product. It's an animal product, so honey is not. It depends on your level of veganhood. It's kind of like if you're a Jew, are you an Orthodox Jew? Are you a Hasidic Jew? Are you a Reformed Jew? There's varying levels, and there's varying levels of vegans as well. So some people will not criticize you if you're eating honey and calling it vegan, and others will. So if you want it to be pure vegan, completely vegan, you have to look for something on the label that says vegan. This one says always vegan. So plant-based isn't good enough. It's just telling you that the main product is plant-based, but it might have some animal product in it. So always look for something that says vegan or always vegan or something along those lines. So this is Gardein or Gardein or however they say it. This is sausage gumbo. I'll show you the bowl in a second because it actually looks like gumbo. The company was founded in 2003 by Yves Potvin. Potvin, I think it is. I like to see it Potvin, like poutine. Yves Potvin of Richmond, BC. Richmond is, I think, a suburb of Vancouver. And so they've been making this since 2003. So we're going to try this. Let me see if I can show you this without spilling it all over the desk. Can you guys see that? You see that okay? I mean, honestly, it looks like gumbo. To me, it looks like the rice may be a little bit mushy, and that's my criticism of it, right? I mean, so I like to have like a little bit of a bite to it and everything, but that's my only criticism at this point, is that the rice looks a little bit mushy. Calories 200. Was that what that was? Let's say 200 calories. It did say 200 calories, 1.5 grams of saturated fat, 1,100 milligrams of sodium. That's a lot of sodium. 48% daily whatever that is. 4 grams total sugars. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's like maybe not great for you, but it's gumbo, right? I mean, like if you ever look and see what's in real gumbo, sure, that wouldn't be very good either. Val, I can chug a beer for you. No, don't do that. Enjoy your beer. Savor your beer. Drink it slowly and enjoy the taste of your beer. I have a beer here today. I'm going to be drinking that, and I'm not going to chug it. I'm going to drink it slowly and enjoy it. Well, I might enjoy it, but we'll talk about that in a second. Looks like soup. Yeah, exactly, Sonic. It does look like soup. That's the thing with a lot of plant-based stuff. You use a lot of salt for flavor. Yeah, unfortunately, correct. You know, when you could use black pepper, that would give you some flavor as well. So that's probably the first thing I'm going to try, only because this is getting cold. It's sitting here getting cold. So I opened the can, heated it up on the stove. You can do it in the microwave oven if you want. I like things that you can heat up on the stove. I don't trust products that you can only do in the microwave oven. Is yeast vegan? That's a good question. So the other question is stuff like yogurt, because it has active bacteria cultures. Is that vegan? I don't know. Again, it depends on, like, that's why I was hoping that we would have some vegans on today, so they would be able to, you know, to sort that out for us. So I really don't know, Eli. Maybe one of you guys can Google that and find out. So your clock is crazy. It is crazy. It is. Is it the wrong time? I don't think it's the wrong time. It is like one. This says 1:20. That says 1:20. Yeah. It is my my John Cleese Ministry of Silly Walks clock. So his legs are the hands, and it's my Ministry of Silly Walks clock. So, but thank you for noticing, Sonic. I don't think yeast is vegan. I don't think so either, but I don't know. So if you guys want to look that up in the meantime, that'd be cool. All right, next we have Nairn's. I don't know. Nairn's Oat Crackers. These are baked in Scotland since 1896. So in 1896, John and Sarah Nairn founded the company. They were in Strathaven, Lancashire, Scotland. And these, I think, have always been vegan. So again, it says plant-based on the outside, but you got to kind of look around and make sure that it says vegan. And I'm sure it does, because I would not have bought it if it was not vegan. But I think they say on their website that they're always vegan. So we have these oat crackers. I'm going to do those next. Then we have this, which is Bright. Bright is the company, and this is a clean protein protein bar, 12 grams of plant protein, 50% less sugar, dairy and egg free, made with almond butter, plant-based protein bar. And then right there is the big V for vegan. So we know that this is vegan. This is really weird because it's the only protein bar that I've seen that you have to refrigerate. So they tell you that you have to refrigerate this. It's really weird, but that's okay. Do you have guacamole dip for your crackers? I do not, but I have something that will work for the crackers, and I'll show you that in a minute. So, let's see. Silly Walks is my all-time favorite Monty Python. It's one of my favorites too. You know, sorry I'm late, but my walk's gotten a little sillier lately. If chicken was vegan, I might be able to be a vegan, but I love chicken. Yeah, and the thing is, they're not quite there yet with mimicking the texture and taste of chicken. They're close, but they're not quite there yet. So, you know, again, if you are a omnivore and you are eating both, you're going to always gravitate towards the real thing. Maybe it'll get closer in the next few years or something. You know, I don't know. I like to change it up every once in a while. If I go into a restaurant and they have Impossible Burger or Beyond Burger or even one of the newer ones, you know, every once in a while I'll just change it up and say, yeah, give me one of those. Give me a Beyond Patty or something like that, just to change it up. So that's always a good idea. Hey, Bud Rich is in the room. Welcome, Bud Rich. Good to see you, and thank you for joining us on this Saturday afternoon or morning or evening, depending on where you are. Where are you, Bud Rich? I would guess, looking at your avatar, that you're from Africa. Those look like African colors. I may be wrong. Or Jamaican. No, Jamaican. It's purple. It's purple in Jamaica. Could be wrong. But Bud Rich, you can help me out and let me know. Do potatoes, popcorn, eggs sound as veggie foods? It depends on the preparation. If you're going to deep fry potatoes, make French fries, as long as you're frying it in vegetable oil, yeah. But if you're frying it in like pig fat or beef fat or something, then absolutely not. So same goes with popcorn. Eggs are not a veggie food, or not a vegan food. They are a vegetarian food. So we are doing vegan today, not vegetarian. So if it was vegetarian, we would slip some dairy in there. We could do milk, we could do eggs, and we could do cheese. But we're not doing vegetarian today. Strictly doing vegan. Actually, Morningstar's spicy chicken patties. I've not tried their chicken patties. We did Morningstar's hot dogs. This was like years ago. This is when I was up in Portland, Oregon. We did, I think, Morningstar and Field Roast hot dogs, and they were pretty good. They were like, I would not say they taste like a beef hot dog, but they were pretty good. So, as long as you go into it knowing that, it's fine. Brian Jones is in the room. Here I am, the vegetarian that needs to explain. We know it doesn't taste the same. We just miss meat. That's what I figure. So like I get in a lot of discuss. I'm going to call it discussions, but you could call it arguments especially on Twitter with vegans, where some of them are saying like it tastes just like beef, and the thing is, it doesn't taste just like beef, but I think it's more like non-alcoholic beer. It's like a 0.0 beer. Young man, 0.0. No, it's like a 0.0 beer, right? If you're an alcoholic, you do not want to drink beer with alcohol in it. So if you drink a 0.0, at least it satisfies that urge for a beer, right? So I think the vegan thing is the same thing. It's for somebody who used to eat animal products and everything, it just satisfies that itch and everything. Like I would say that Impossible Burger and Beyond Burger and everything, they taste meaty. They don't taste like beef, but they do taste meaty. So that would satisfy if you had an urge for like a burger, but you were nondescript as to what you wanted and what kind of burger you wanted. That would satisfy you. So I think that's the case here. Let's see. Did I miss anybody? No, I'm still going. Making a burger tonight. Sorry to the vegans, even though I know the vegan lifestyle is healthier and definitely some tasty dishes. The vegan lifestyle can be healthier. It can also be unhealthy. It depends on what you eat. It really depends on what you eat. So you can balance it, just as long as you make sure that you get the nutrients that you're supposed to get, and you're not getting, because there's a lot of vegan food that's heavily processed. It's probably not good for you. So you can eat vegan food that's really not good for you. And the thing that always cracks me up is that, honestly, as far as vegan food goes, like if you're buying vegetables, fruit, legumes, and tree nuts, that's vegan, right? And you can make all kinds of delicious stuff with that. Spices, you can use all kinds of spices and everything. And so, vegan doesn't have to be like an imitation of something or anything. So, and Budrich, you do not need to apologize. I am an omnivore as well. And again, I try to eat vegan food when I can. Obviously, for the show, I want to try different things. So, as an ex-alcoholic, I say that fake meat is way better than fake beer. Well, it depends, Ryan. Have you had the Heineken 0.0? The Heineken 0.0 is actually pretty good. Although for some reason it smells like weed. I don't understand that. For some reason it smells like weed. Val, I only drink beer on the weekend. Me too. Usually on Saturday nights. So if I'm not drinking it on the show, and I have a beer afterwards and everything, but I'm drinking a beer on the show. So veganism is too strict for me health-wise. I don't make certain proteins, so I have to eat animals about once a week. Yeah, I mean, that's just the fact. So you don't need to apologize for that, Ryan. And hopefully, vegans understand that. And again, the trick is to have respect for those who decide that they want to be vegan and only eat things that are not made from animal protein. And I do. I actually have a deep respect for them because they have a level of dedication that I could never have. And so, I'm half Asian American man. I love to eat mostly tofu, more veggies, but I need my chicken, pork, fish, and beef. Yeah, it's all about balance, Sonic. There's, that's cool. Hey, Ari YF, welcome to the room, Ari. I seem to remember the name Ari, but I don't remember you as Ari Friedman, maybe. Yes, no, Ari Friedman. If so, welcome back, because we haven't seen you in a while. And if not, tell us where you come from. Tell us where you call home. I don't need a street address. Just a general metropolitan area where you're from and what brings you to the channel. Unless you're Ari, in which case we already know you. You're like old friends. My vegan friends just feel bad for me. Well, yeah. If they feel bad for you, that's one thing. If they criticize you, that's it's another. But the worst thing is when you're trying to have an intelligent conversation with a vegan and they call you a murderer. It's like, well, you're not going to get anywhere by calling me a murderer. So there we go. But again, I want to keep the civility level high here and show respect for everybody. So there we go. All right, let's go to our next snack. Our next snack. Oh, I'm sorry. I was still on the Bright almond protein bar. Bright, the Bright company, Bright, was founded by Brendan Schaefer and Adam Razik in East Los Angeles, California. So local boys. All right. Next, let's do this. Unisoy. It's not like a unitard. It's not something you wear. It's the original vegan jerky, and the word vegan appears on this product like 80,000 times. 0 milligrams of cholesterol, 1 gram of fat, 7 grams of protein, 90 calories. That sounds pretty good. They don't say like a beef flavored jerky. They don't say chicken with a apostrophe N or anything. They just say teriyaki flavored. So it's a jerky that is plant based. So I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to taste pretty good. And the company was founded in 2016, again in Los Angeles, California. But it doesn't mean you can't get it where you are. think a lot of vegans are passionate people, yeah, without doubt. And they find it hard to contain their revulsion at the idea of consuming intelligent species. Also, without a doubt. But some of that doesn't make sense, right? Like even a lot of us who are omnivores, right? We will say like, oh my God, eating a dog, that is disgusting. That is totally disgusting. But we have no problems eating a pig, which are actually more intelligent than dogs. So I don't know where we eat cows, we eat beef, but we won't eat horses. So I don't know. I think a lot of it is cultural based. They do eat horses, and they do use horse milk in places like Mongolia, just because everything is scarce there. So they do eat there. But it is what it is. Alrighty, next on our hit parade is, and I don't know how to say this. Daiya, 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 Daiya. Come on, me one go home. This is Daiya, deliciously dairy-free, medium cheddar-style block. Now, you notice they don't say cheese. They cannot say cheese because it's not cheese. There's no dairy in it. Dairy, soy, and gluten-free. Good source of calcium. 0 milligrams of cholesterol. And there's the old vegan sign. So we know that this is vegan. So I'm going to be fair here. I'm going to eat this on one of those oat crackers. I'm going to slice it and eat it on one of those oat crackers. I don't know that that's what the purpose of this for. I think the purpose of this is you're going to have a Beyond Burger and you want to melt some cheese on top of it. That's what you would use this for. But we're going to taste it and we're going to see what it is. I always like when it doesn't taste like cheese, right? When it tastes like something different, it takes you to a different place. So it's kind of like texturally like cheese, but the taste is completely different. I like to change it up. I like different stuff. But we'll try that. And Daiya is from, let's see, this is what they call a cheese analog. It is from Burnaby, British Columbia. It was founded in 2008 by Andre Kocher and Greg Blake. It's made from coconut oil and tapioca flour with no soy, no lactose, no wheat, no barley, no gluten, or no nuts. That's interesting. We'll give that a try. I'm looking forward to that. Let's see, Jameson. There's evidence that plants are sentient, so we vegetarians don't have that ammo anymore. I don't know if plants are sentient. They don't have brains, right? So I don't know that they know they exist, but it is highly likely that they feel pain. So when you're harvesting plants and you're pulling fruits and vegetables off that plant, I'm pretty sure they feel it. I think they do feel pain. I mean, there are some plants that if you touch the leaves kind of go like that. They're Venus flytraps. As soon as a fly lands on it, they close. So I think plants do have feelings. I think they do have feelings. As far as them being sentient and knowing they exist, I would doubt it. I kind of doubt it. I'm going to have to leave at 1:30, maybe back around 2:30. Well, Janice, we will still be here, and we will see you when you get back. My wife is allergic to dairy, but definitely is not a fan of Daiya cheese. So Ari, what... is there a vegan cheese that she does like? Because like I said, I just kind of went in there and I saw the vegan cheese and I said, well, I'm going to try that one. But is there one that that to her tastes more like a regular cheese? Simply don't eat farm meat. I feel good enough about that. I can buy wild from a local butcher, and you should, Ryan. That you should feel good about that. That's the whole thing, is about being sustainable and buying humane when you can, right? So like humanely slaughtered, humanely raised. Jadori chicken, Wagyu beef. So that's the trick. If you're going to eat balanced, make sure you're eating something that's healthy for you and as least violent, I guess, and cruel to the animals that you're going to be eating. I do not eat anything from factory farms. It's horrible. It's horrific. You ever see? Do vegans also consider gluten or wheat as a problem? No, Sonic, not necessarily. If you have celiac disease, then you cannot eat gluten or wheat or gluten. I think it's called seitan, not Satan, like Hail Satan. Seitan, Seitan, I think is how they spell it. And that is a meat substitute made from wheat. And a lot of the vegans that I know eat that. But it would be a problem if you were gluten intolerant or you had celiac disease. So I think by nature, a lot of these, if we were to look at some of these things, they may actually have gluten in them. I mean, I don't think cheese is, I don't think soup is, but it might have gluten in it. I think they would specify, like this, the vegan jerky does not say gluten-free. So it says vegan and vegetarian snacks. It doesn't say gluten-free. So there might be gluten in here. And I think if you are, celiac, it opens up a whole new window, because now when you go to the grocery store, you have to make sure that there is no gluten in it. Because if you're a vegan and you eat something and you find out later that it actually had animal products in it, you're not going to go to the hospital. You might feel bad. You're like, I can't believe I ate that. I feel like crap. But you're not going to go to the hospital. If you are celiac and you cannot eat gluten, you will end up in the hospital if you eat gluten. So it's really, really important that they look at labels and do some research to find out, is there any gluten in this, because it could put them in the hospital. That's where it's a little bit different. Wife eats Earth Island fake cheese instead of Daiya. We'll have to try that. So thank you. I can go to Subway and order anything on wheat bread. You are probably not gluten intolerant then. You're probably not celiac. You can make seitan at home with water, flour, and your hands. So it's funny you mentioned that, because if you go back, this is back a few years, I did a review of Loma Linda hot dogs. They come in a can packed in water, and vegans got mad at me because I ate them, and I said, I cannot tell the difference between this hot dog and the bun that it's in. I can't tell where one stops and the other one ends. It tastes like the bun. So it tasted like flour and water and everything. And so some people were criticizing me and like, oh, you said you were going to like it from the beginning, or like, I didn't say I wasn't going to like it from the beginning. I gave it an honest try, and my honest opinion was it tasted like the bun. But some other people have told me since then that Loma Linda does have some other products that are not necessarily like wheat based. It actually tastes better. So I will, if I can find those, I will try those. Fake cheese is best in liquid form using nutritional yeast. Tastes like Cheez-Its. I guess maybe if you're going to do some sort of fondue or something, maybe that would work for that. That would be good. Heard the hardest part of being vegan is waking up at 5 a.m. to milk the almonds. You have to milk a ton of almonds. So there was a video that came out a while back. It was really, really funny. It would show this almond milk farm, and they had like equipment hooked up to these almonds, and you could see like the little thing going down, down and everything. It was pretty funny. Anytime I think about something like that, I always think about Meet the Parents, where he says, "You milk the cat, you can milk anything that has nipples. I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?" So I always think about that. That's pretty funny. Almonds have tiny teeth. That's funny. Hey, the Dusty Beard is in the room. Welcome back, Dusty Beard. Good to have you here today. Val, do you think I should consider becoming vegan? It's your choice. It's completely your choice. If you have to do it for health reasons, then do it for health reasons. If you are doing it for more moral reasons, then do it. But I'm not going to give anybody advice one way or the other. It's a personal choice. It's a personal decision. I think that a lot of vegans would like everybody at some point in time to go vegan. I think in the long run, it's probably going to be a good solution for everybody because it's going to be more sustainable, right? Factory farms and everything, it's just not sustainable. It just takes up so much space, and you got to feed the animals, and you got to use a lot of water for the animals and everything. So it's not practical over time. Now, one thing that is practical, but I don't know if people are embracing it, is eating insects. So insects are very high in protein, very low in fat. They're really good for you, and you can raise them like in a very, very small space. You can raise enough of them, and they're high in protein. Now, it's not eating insects is not considered vegan, but it is sustainable. So that's it's just another option. So I think we should look at all our options when we're considering our food sources, especially moving to the future, because we're running out of resources, and at some point in time, we got to do something about it. One of my favorite sexy actresses, Jennifer Esposito, who used to be on CBS Blue Blood TV show, has celiac disease. She opened a bakery in New York City. I tried her desserts; they are good. Yeah, they can be. You can bypass gluten, and it can be pretty good. So I have friends that are celiac as well, and there's things that they can eat that they can eat meat, for one thing. So if you guys go back and look at one of my episodes, it was the We're All Gonna Die Anyway, is what the name of the episode. And in that episode, I took a bunch of stuff that people can't eat and put them all together. So I put gluten. It was like, if you go to the Asian grocery store, you can buy those cans of fried gluten. So we had fried gluten. We had alcohol. We had smoke. We used liquid smoke, which is actually made from real smoke. We had liquid smoke. We had bacon. We had coffee, so for the caffeine and everything. And we made this dish out of everything that was bad for you, right? And I won't tell you whether it was good or not, but watch the video, and I think I'll have a lot of fun with that. So let me know. Leave a comment. Let me know. Did you think it was funny? Did you think it was fun? You must heavily season seitan, heavily. With what though? Like, pepper, or what kind of spices would you use on seitan? Let's see. As a vegetarian, I know you all will be joining us. Scarcity is going to take care of that. Bug bars will be encouraged. I agree, Ryan. I agree 100%. Yes, I love some cake spreads, desserts, some of it good for asthma sufferers, celiac sufferers. We need more healthy food. Well, again, talking about insects, cricket flour. A lot of people use cricket flour in the same way you would use regular flour. So there we go. Redding, California is in the house. You're absolutely correct. All right, I think we only have a couple things left. Let's see, where did we leave off? We left off with our Daiya medium-style cheddar cheese, cheddar-style block, not cheese. This is interesting. And some people might say, why the fruit? Just to remind people that this is vegan, right? Just to remind people this is vegan. Fruits, vegetables, they're vegan, right? So like instead of just saying like, I'm just going to eat vegan foods or vegan things that are pretending to be, non-vegan foods and everything, let's add something in there that's just vegan by nature and with no preparation, just vegan by nature. And so that's why I added this. This is called a Dappled Jack plumcot. And a plumcot is a cross between a plum and an apricot. And so this particular one is from Family Tree Farms in Reedley, California, which is close to Fresno. And again, this is to change it up and just to show, you don't have to eat something that tastes like something else or looks like something else or is pretending to be something else. You got vegan stuff that nature made. So that's why we're doing that one. Kumquats work great on seitan. So that's like garlics work on vampires. Kumquats work on seitan. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong, but I think it's seitan. I think that you pronounce it seitan. It's very easy to mispronounce that and say Satan, but it's not Satan. It's seitan. The only insects I've ever eaten is worms. Gummy. Yeah. We have actually eaten worms. Go back and check out. We did an episode eating earthworm jerky. And again, I'm not going to tell you how it was. Go back and watch that episode. But we did eat earthworm jerky. Looks like a plum. It does look like a plum because it is half plum and half apricot. So I'm looking forward to that. Hey, Lola Debney is in the room. Welcome, Lola. I haven't seen you in, what's it been, a couple hours? So welcome, Lola. Glad you could join us. Tom, I made a kumquat pineapple upside down cake last night. Oh, with the kumquat, that's right. Because John, you ordered kumquats online. So John, just out of curiosity, I think it was the first time you had kumquats. What do you think? Let us know. We're all caught up. Okay. So did I do? Yeah. Okay. Now we're into our beverages. I think I'm going to do the non-alcoholic one first, and then work our way into the beer. So this is a Brazilian name, which is like a Portuguese name. I don't know how to pronounce it. Like I would say like Joia, Joie, maybe. I'm not really 100% sure on the pronunciation. Joia was founded in 2010 by Bob Safford, Carlton Johnson, and Stephen Walker. And this is sparkling pineapple, coconut, and nutmeg soda. And again, sodas, you have to be careful because you really don't know what's in it. But this one specifically says vegan and gluten-free on the label. And so I knew this was a vegan product, and that's why we chose this one. Ingredients: sparkling water, evaporated cane sugar. If it's evaporated, it can't be in there. Evaporated cane sugar, erythritol, natural sweetener, real pineapple juice concentrate, natural flavors of pineapple, coconut, nutmeg, cocoa. It doesn't say anything about cocoa on the outside, but there's cocoa in it. Cocoa, citric acid, gum arabic, ester gum. Ester is the big one. Ester. That's Aunt Esther. Never mind. And beta carotene. Maybe beta carotene you'd think this would be orange, but it's not. So that is our non-alcoholic beverage. Let's see. Looks like vinegar. Maybe it is. Maybe it does have that vinegary taste. We'll see. Somebody says, "How's Julie?" Oh, okay. So I thought maybe Julie snuck in the room. She's doing great. Just talked to her the other day. I'm going to be visiting her when I go up to Boston. We will probably do a Day of the Dead episode up there and a Halloween episode because we're planning to visit Salem, Massachusetts for Halloween, and we'll do a Halloween episode in Salem, and we'll do a Day of the Dead episode. Some fun stuff because Julie every year she goes all out and she does an offerenda. If you don't know what an offerenda is, watch for that one. It's going to be like really, I want to say education. It'll be educational about Dia de los Muertos. So let's see. I used to think locust bean was some kind of insect. Yeah, me too, but it's not. Okay, and then last but not least, certainly, is our alcoholic beverage, which is a beer, and this is from Timmerman's. It was founded in 1702. It is the world's oldest lambic brewery. Now, I know that you have the same question that I had. Maybe you don't have the same question I have. I hope not, because some of the questions I have really disturb me. But the question is, what is a lambic? And the answer to what is a lambic is lambic is a type of beer brewed in the I'm going to really screw this one up. Pajottenland region of Belgium since the 13th century. So they've been brewing beer like this since the 13th century. This is a blend of old lambic, which has been aged for 3 years in a wooden barrel, and young lambic, which ensures spontaneous fermentation in the bottle. This is a a collaboration between two companies, the brewery John Martin, which was founded in 1909, and brewery Timmerman's was founded in 1702. And this is a whopping, maybe not whopping, but this is a 6.7% ABV. So I like that it has a little cork thing. So that's going to be fun. All righty. So what are we at? 145. We took a long time describing these things, and let's get to start to eating them. Have you ever had Tillamook cheese or ice cream? It's good. Sonic, I lived in Oregon. I've been to the Tillamook factory. Okay, I think 4 years ago, look at 4 years ago, we did a Labor Day episode at the Tillamook Cheese Factory in Tillamook, Oregon. So yes, I've had Tillamook cheese and ice cream. And the cool thing is you get free squeaky curds. So that's kind of cool. So I spent a lot of time at the free sample thing. I think I've had some Timmermans before. Wish I could remember which. Yeah, this is the only one I went to. So let me share something with you, especially about beer. So I went to Total Wine and More, and I've been before. So when I was trying to buy some vegan things and everything previously, I went up to the staff and I said, do you know which beers are vegan? And they said, no, we really don't. So then I did some research. Now, there is a site, a website. Let me copy this for you. There is a website called Barnivore. And Barnivore, there you go. And Barnivore, you can take this app or this web page. You go to this web page, go into any liquor store, and it's not just beer. It's beer, wine, alcohol. And if you want to know if it's vegan, plug it in, plug the name in, and it'll come back and tell you it's vegan or it's not vegan, which is really, really, really cool. So I was talking to the person in Total Wine and More about that, and they were saying, yeah, Modern Times has always been vegan. I was really surprised that it's specifically vegan. They don't have any non-vegan beer. I did not know that. The other thing that I found surprising is Budweiser. Budweiser is by nature vegan. What usually makes beer not vegan is it's made with isinglass. Isinglass is fish swim bladder, and it makes it non-vegan. But there's a lot that don't. If you're using if you have a beer that's brewed with honey, that's not going to be vegan. If you have a beer that is brewed with milk, and there are some like milk stouts and stuff, that is also not vegan. But this app will tell you what's vegan and what's not. It's a really, really cool app. So if you want to try a vegan beer but you're not sure, use that app. Let's see. We're all caught up. All right. So we are going to start. Let's see. Did I forget anything? I did not forget anything. Let's start. So we are going to go with our food and drink ultimate foodie quiz questions. We'll ask a question and we will dig into our cold soup, our gumbo. So the question is, let's see. Oh, here's a good one. The question is, what Icelandic dish is made from fermented Greenland shark? Again, what Icelandic dish is made from fermented Greenland shark? Oh, the shark got it. All right, so we're going to put that off here to the side. Isinglass is a fining agent, I think. I think you are correct, Dusty Beard. So the guy with two of the ZZ Top names, Dusty Hill and Frank Beard. So it looks legit. There's let's see, there's some celery in there. There's some okra in there. It looks like some red peppers. I'm going to forgive this for being cold because I made it like 45 minutes ago. But that's okay. Now I will try it with a piece of that sausage in it. I can't do air quotes because I got the bowl in my hand. Let's try this. It's not bad. The sausage almost has more of a meatball texture than a sausage texture, but it's satisfying. It doesn't taste like beef, obviously, or anything like that. And the rest of it tastes like what you experience with gumbo. I like gumbo a little bit more spicy, maybe even like a little more black pepper. There's some spice to it. There's not a lot of spice to it. Let's have another spoonful of that. It is kind of cold. I was worried that the rice was going to be too mushy. It's not. There's some chewiness to the rice, which is really nice. And again, where's my can? They say sausage with the apostrophe GE. They're not saying it's supposed to taste like beef. They're not saying it's supposed to taste like pork. They're not saying it's supposed to taste like chicken. And it doesn't. But I think if you want something meaty, I think that's going to be satisfying. And it does have the other flavors that you would typically get in a gumbo. That's going to get a thumbs up from me. It'd be a nice thing to have handy. Yeah, thumbs up. Thumbs up for me. How did you like the conchas this morning? Yeah, they were good. They are what they are. There's not a lot of variation on conchas. I don't know that that I have some like these are incredible or these are terrible. So, but they were good. Thank you very much. So we went to DJ's baseball game this morning, and Lola brought some conchas, which are pan dulce, Mexican sweetbreads, and not sweetbreads like the thymus gland of a cow. Sweetbreads like sweet breads, and so we had those this morning, and they were pretty good. So thank you, Lola. Making me really want a beer, Val. Gonna go medicate. Okay, well we're near the beer in a little bit. If you want to wait. Have a friend that makes coffee out of acorns. Yeah, if you go to in New Mexico, they make Pinyon coffee, and Pinyon is our pine nuts. So they come from they're little nuts that come from pine cones. I think pine nuts is what they call them, but the Native American word for it is pinyons. And so if you go to New Mexico, you can get Pinyon coffee, which is made from the pinyons, the pine nuts, and it's actually really good. You can make a coffee sub out of mushrooms. You can. There is a. I'm going to have to. There's a place not too far from here that does a mushroom coffee. I'm going to have to check that out. We'll have to do that. Val, would that poop coffee be considered vegan? No, it would not, because it came out of an animal, and so it would have animal enzymes in it, and so I don't think it would be considered vegan. It's delicious, but it would not be considered vegan. So let's go to our question. Our question was, what Icelandic dish is made from fermented Greenland shark? And the answers were not. There were no answers. There were no answers. Did I miss something? Hey guys, raise a hand if you gave me an answer, but I'm not seeing any answers. Ryan Jones just said Hakarl. Okay. Well, Ryan, you were the only one that answered it, and you are correct. It is Hakarl. The spelling is a little bit different, but I knew what you meant, and that is cool. And so, Ryan, 50 points for you, and 60 points for everybody else. All right, let's put that back in the deck. And let's move on to our next item. So let's see. I want to go in order here, I think. Let's do the crackers. Let's do the oat crackers. So again, these are Nairns, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm probably not. And these are oat crackers baked in Scotland since 1896. They're famous for their oat cakes, which oat cakes are a little bit different. I think oat cakes are like pancakes, but made with oats. So they're famous for their oat cakes, but these are oat crackers. And these are decided. I didn't ask a question. What's wrong with you guys? You let me not answer a question. Ask a question. Okay. Our question is, what Native American dish was created by Navajos in the 1860s using government rationed flour, sugar, salt, and lard? Again, the question, what Native American dish was created by Navajos in the 1860s using government rationed flour, sugar, salt, and lard? So we're going to reserve that over there, put that over there, and now we will continue to open our oat crackers. Okay, so these are usually with these crackers, they're either individually wrapped or wrapped as a stack, and these are like separate stacks, but it's okay. It's kind of like a gray color. It's kind of weird. Let's try this. They look really, look at the edge of that. They look really toasty. They're really dry. And they have a familiar flavor. I know, you're going to say oats, but I have a familiar flavor of something else. So these are not, you would not want to put these in a bowl and just eat these as a snack. You need to put stuff on these because they're really dry. Very dry. I'm going to hit the water after this. Nice flavor, a little bit sweet, not salty. It's a nice palate for stuff. But, I would definitely not eat it by itself. Afterwards, after it kind of reconstitutes itself in your mouth, you almost get that sensation of oatmeal. Nice flavor. I want to give it a thumbs up, but I have to give it a thumbs in the middle only because they're just so dry. And again, I will give them credit for the fact that I'm probably eating it wrong, that you're supposed to put something on it. But to me, just too dry to enjoy by themselves. So I'm not going to go to the pantry, take that out, and start munching on some of the crackers. Way too dry. I need some water. Yeah, Jared, it would be good with hummus. Anything like that. Anything, pumpkin puree. It would be good with pumpkin puree. It would be good with cream cheese. Anything like that. It's a nice plain palate that's not too sweet and not too salty that you could just put just about anything on it, which we will do later on, of course. So yeah, that's going to get a thumbs in the middle for me, I think, just because of the dryness of it. But taste flavor-wise, it's actually pretty good. So let's go to our question. Our question was, what Native American dish was created by Navajos in the 1860s using government-rationed flour, sugar, salt, and lard? The answers were, let's see, Eli said fry bread. Ryan Jones said fry bread. No Google, very popular out here in Tucson. Yes, in the Southwest, very popular all across the Southwest. Eli says Navajo tacos are good. They are. Ryan Jones says, "Oh my God, fried bread, Chipotle burgers with mint." Oh, that sounds so good. Let's see, is that it? Val beer that has been there since 1836. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but I would not drink beer that's been in a bottle since 1836. It's going to be like vinegar, I think. I think those are the only questions. Oh, Tom says fry quats. So Tom, you're close. It is in fact fry bread. So fry bread is what it was, and basically it came out of necessity because on the reservations they weren't allowed to hunt, they weren't allowed to plant, and they were just given rations by the U.S. government, and so they said, let's make something with this, and they made fry bread. So that goes back in the deck, and we're on to our next one, which is, let's see, our next item is Bright Almond Protein Bar. Where are you hiding? Here you are. Bright Bar, clean protein, 12 grams, plant protein, and this is almond butter flavored. And again, really weird. You got to put this in the refrigerator. Card. The question is, what U.S. city occupies what was formerly Shawmut Peninsula? Again, the question, what U.S. city occupies what was formerly Shawmut Peninsula? So we're going to put that on the peninsula or the island, let that sit for a minute, and start in with our next snack. And our next snack is our Bright Bar clean protein. This looks like your typical energy bar. Nothing unusual there. Looks like maybe it's like fig or chocolate. No, it smells like almond butter. It definitely smells like almond butter. Is that soft? It's a little bit pliable. Again, not 100% why until you before you open it, you have to put it in the refrigerator, but we did. It has the texture of modeling clay, but it has a nice flavor. It's not overly sweet. And it doesn't taste like it's made out of wood shavings or anything. Texture's not bad. There's a little bit of moisture to it and everything. It's easy enough to chew. That's kind of a fun stuff. You definitely taste the almond butter in that. That's a decent tasting energy bar. I'm going to go ahead and give that a thumbs up. Bright Bar, clean protein. They have different flavors as well. I just decided to choose the almond butter one. But yeah, it's going to get a thumbs up for me. I just got my Dr. Squatch goat milk oat natural soap, and it's pretty amazing. Really, Eli, how does it taste? That's a joke. You're not eating the soap. I hope you're not eating the soap. Could you eat the soap? Does it contain anything that's bad for you to eat it? That's interesting. All right, so the question was, I have like multiple windows, but they're open in the same tab. So here we go. Question was, what U.S. city occupies what was formerly Shawmut Peninsula? And the answers were, can you say diabetes? I'm only kidding. That wasn't one of the answers, but somebody wrote that. Well, there's only one answer, and that was from the Dusty Beard, who said Boston. And you are absolutely correct. It is Boston, Massachusetts. It was formerly called Shawmut Peninsula. It occupied 4 square miles. So it was on a neck. If you came up from like Dorchester, it was on a neck, and that neck was only 100 feet wide. And then you had the peninsula of Boston, which is much, much smaller. And over the years, starting in the 1800s, they started landfilling it. So there was Mill Pond in the north, There was East Boston. There was in the Charles River. They started filling it for Back Bay and everything, and so it greatly added to the size of the city of Boston. And again, it was not joined by a narrow neck. Now it was much wider. But yes, Boston, Massachusetts, it is. So we're going to give you some fun stuff, Boston, when we go. All righty. So what is our next product? Our next product is the Daiya medium cheddar-style block. Again, it's a cheese analog, so they cannot say cheese. That's this guy. I already have fair warning that it might not be awesome. I have my cutting board. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to taste a little bit first, but then I'm going to put one on the cracker. That's fair, right? We can do that. I already know what the cracker tastes like. All right, let's see. Is there a special way to open this? Yes, there is. It almost smells like American cheese. Almost has a smell of American cheese. But then there's something a little bit funky in there too. So let's see. We don't need a whole slice. It's like the texture of silly putty. It cuts like cheese. Did you cut the cheese? I cut the cheese. It cuts like cheese. My guess is, and I'm not 100% positive, but my guess is that the idea of this is for melting. So it is for putting on stuff like, burgers and things like that and allow it to melt. But here we go. It has that Kraft American Slices texture to it. Most cheeses, probably because they're fermented, have a little bit of sourness to it because they're fermented. There's none here whatsoever. None of that sourness that you get with the cheese. There's a faint hint of, it's almost like the flavor of the Parmesan cheese they give you when you go to a pizza place in those little packets. Almost like that comes in afterwards. There's no dairy in here at all. So just by itself on a cracker, maybe not a great idea, but I could see why. I could see where if you want to make something that you want to melt cheese on, but you don't want to use cheese, this would be a good alternative. So again, the closest cheese I can come to is, like I said, that packet of Parmesan cheese they give you when you order a pizza. It's not bad. I'm not going to even give it a thumbs up. I would think, I'm even going to go as far as to say, if you shred this and put it in tacos, it's going to be pretty good. It's going to be good in tacos. It's not going to satisfy your cheese Jones, but it's pretty good. So yeah, thumbs up on that. And it makes the crackers not so dry. So that's a thumbs up. Yeah, different texture, a little bit of a different taste. Kind of the memory of cheese. Thumbs up. All right, let's go to our question. Our question was, we didn't ask a question. We did not ask a question. How can you let me publicly embarrass myself by not asking a question? I will answer the question right now, and you answer it right now, and then we'll do it right now, and we'll be all caught up. So the question is, which apple variety was discovered in 1893? Again, which apple variety was discovered in 1893? Throw it out there if you got it. I will give you a couple minutes to do that. In the meantime, I'm going to have some water to wash down that cracker. It occurs to me, we did not open a beverage. So I think next we will open up our, let's see, because we have we only have 2 snacks left. We only have 2 snacks left. I thought we had more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, 6. We have 2 snacks left. So let's open up our non-alcoholic beverage. But I'm going to ask another question. I'm just waiting for some answers. That's a good. Yes, John, it is. No, actually, it's not. It's not even real cheese. Ryan Jones is going to guess Fuji. Come on, anybody, throw it out there. Come on, Tom. Don't let me down. I know you can do this, Tom. Come on. Throw it out there. Anybody. Thank you, Tom. There we go. Kumquat apples. Kumquat apples. Excellent guess. Could be right. We don't know yet. Anybody else? Come on. Let's give you. Let me look at my watch here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Time. Oh, wait. I think everybody's hungover today. Do we all have a forget about COVID light night last night? I didn't have a forget about COVID night last night because I was out getting my booster shot. So I was definitely not forgetting about COVID last night. And I'm paying for it today. So again, Ryan, you came into the room late, I think, but I am I'm having the side effects of the booster shot, and so I have a 100-degree temperature, aches, and my arm feels like I was arm wrestling a silverback gorilla. You guys have heard that one already. I don't think Ryan has. So that's where we are on that. All right. So we had two answers to the question. The question was which apple variety was discovered in 1893, and Ryan Jones said Fuji. Tom, old guy in Colorado, said kumquat. The correct answer was the delicious apple. The delicious apple was discovered in 1893. So that goes back into the deck, and we store that for later when it becomes an antique. And let's see, better than having the virus, I'm currently sucking air through a sock. Double vaxxed with Pfizer, but Delta got me anyways. Yeah, I have friends that also were vaxxed as well, and they got Pfizer. So thank God you got the Pfizer vaccine, because it makes the symptoms lighter. I mean, you're still going to have symptoms. I know people who like I said, got really sick with COVID, but not like hospitalized sick, not with a respirator sick, and it's because they got their vaccine. So don't mess around with it. Seriously. I mean, again, we do not get political on this channel, and I am not going to get political. I'm going to talk about a health crisis, and I'm going to tell you, don't mess around with it. Don't say doctors don't know any better, because doctors do know any better. Listen to your doctor. If you have any questions about it, don't talk to me. Don't talk to a politician. Don't talk to your best friend. Talk to your doctor. If you have questions about it, talk to your doctor, and they will set you straight. And do whatever the doctor says, because that's why they have a plaque on their wall. There we go. Last male puppy we have is 28 pounds, and he's only 11 weeks. Those are monsters. Even like weeks ago, they were still bigger than most like adult dogs. They were bigger than Doodle. They were huge, and they're really stocky too. So yeah, I'd be dead without it. As it is just a really bad cold. Yeah. Well, thank God, Ryan, that it's that's all that you got. So. All right, so let's open our alcoholic beverage. Our non-alcoholic beverage. But before we do that, let's read a card. So the question is, what is the oldest grocery store in North America? Again, the question, what is the oldest grocery store in North America? Let's put that on the top shelf where people can reach it, because we have low shelves. You know, it's an old grocery store. It's on the top shelf. And let's open up our beverage. So again, once again, this is... if anybody out there is Portuguese or Brazilian, maybe you can tell me how that's pronounced. I would think it's joie. I think maybe is how that's pronounced, but I don't know, because I don't speak Brazilian or Portuguese. I don't speak Portuguese. This is sparkling pineapple, coconut, and nutmeg sparkling water. It has cocoa in it, which they don't mention on the front. I don't know why they mention that. This does have a unique cap, so we are going to bring Richard Simmons out of retirement and save the caps. With the beer, we don't care, because the beer is a cork. Maybe we'll save the cork. I don't know. I smell coconut. That's the one thing I smell stronger than anything else is coconut. Bubbles. That's a good sign. I'm definitely smelling coconut. So this says I should taste pineapple, coconut, and nutmeg. Let's try it. Pumpkin spice, nutmeg. It's a weird combination. And the cocoa too. It's sweet. What do they use to sweeten it? I think I said that earlier. Oh, they use a few different things. Evaporated cane sugar, erythritol, and then juice concentrate, which is going to have sugar in it as well. So it's really sweet. It's not as bubbly as when I poured it in the glass. so the bubbles dissipate really quickly. It is a nice blend because I was smelling coconut, but I taste pineapple now. And then there's an aftertaste of coconut. I can't say that I taste the nutmeg. I can't say that I taste the cocoa either. But that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that. And it is vegan. That's going to get a thumbs up. Maybe I could not drink that all the time because it's a little bit too sweet, but it is good. So that's going to get a thumbs up for me. Let's go back and revisit our card. And the question was, what is the oldest grocery store in North America? And the questions were, I think kumquat. That might still be the answer. Maybe not. Let's see. Thank God my Cron just left. Quat King Supermarket. Tom is the only one that answered that question. He guessed Quat King Supermarket. Anybody else want to join? Tom, where is Quat King Supermarket located? Anybody else? Going once, going twice. I would use my auctioneer voice, but I just don't have it in me. Tom, going. Anybody else? Going once, going twice. Sold to Tom, old guy in Colorado, Raymond, and the correct answer is in fact Épicier J.A. Moisson in Quebec City, Canada. Quebec, Canada, which was opened in 1871, the oldest grocery store in North America. So we actually went there. I do not have a Trippy Food episode there, but we did on the Trippy Food blog. We did cover it on the Trippy Food blog. So it's an amazing place. It really is an amazing place. So that goes in the bargain bin. And let's see. Next, let's do our. Let's do our Dapple Jack Plumcot. Our Dapple Plum. This is our natural vegan item for today. Naturally vegan item for today. So time to read a card. El Segundo from the beautiful vineyards of El Segundo. My throat's a little bit scratchy. I can't do a really good Fred Sanford. And the question is, what was the first national park in the United States? What? Again, the question. What is the first national park in the United States? So we're going to put that at the application booth near the parking lot, and we'll come back and get that shortly. And let's go ahead and I was going to say open it, but let's cut open our plumcot. I got fake cheese all over my knife. I got to clean that off. There we go. Close enough. Close enough for government work, as they used to say. Because government work meant you get paid for it no matter what kind of job you did. That's why they call it government work. Or close enough for government work. Ooh, that's a weird color. Hang on a second. Let me get the pit out of there. Because this is a stone fruit, very much like a, plum or a peach or an apricot. This is considered a stone fruit. Or an olive. Most people don't realize that. An olive is actually a stone fruit because it has a hard pit on the inside. There we go. Kind of an unusual color. So we got red on the outside, and we got that kind of peachy color on the inside, probably from the apricot. I'm going to cut a slice of that. I'm going to assume, now the skin is probably going to be tart, but I'm going to assume that I can eat the skin too. Tom, you're all right in my book. Now, I was under the impression that this was going to be really tart from like a plum, like a plum is really tart. It's not tart at all. Really sweet. It has the texture of a plum. It's really juicy like a plum. Maybe a hint of apricot. No, the apricot really doesn't shine through, but it doesn't taste like a plum either. I mean, it doesn't taste like a hardcore plum either. It's really nice. It's really, really good. I got these at Sprouts. Sprouts is opening up more places across the United States. So, just check locally. They're not in every state right now, but they're expanding to, they eventually want to be in every state. So check. I don't know. It might be local stuff because these are grown in California. So it might be local stuff. But if you can find them, get that. This is really, really good. Thumbs way up on this one. It's absolutely delicious. All right. Our question was, what is the first national park in the United States? And Tom, old guy in Colorado, Raymond, said Yellow Quat National Park. And he was the only one that answered that question. Nobody else answered that question. Tom, you get 2 million points because you were the only one that answered the question, even though you're wrong. And it is, in fact, Yellowstone National Park, which opened in 1872. It's the oldest national park in the United States. So that goes back in the deck. Let's see, what do we have left? We have our vegan jerky next. We'll do our vegan jerky, and then we'll open up our beer. I know it's kind of unusual because, like, usually we open up one of the beverages at the very beginning, then halfway through we open one of the other beverages. We're doing it different, you know. So we opened one of our beverages halfway through, and we're going to open the beer at the end. So we'll change it up. It's okay. You can this is it's a free country. You can change your mind, and it's okay. All right, so we are going to do our vegan jerky, and again, this is Unisoy, the original vegan jerky. They say it's the original. I don't know it's the original, but who's going to argue with them? Healthy, meatless alternative, teriyaki flavor, low in fat, no cholesterol, good source of protein, 100% plant-based ingredients, vegan and vegetarian-friendly snacks, non-GMO, 0 grams cholesterol, 1 gram of fat, 7 grams of protein, 90 calories per serving. I don't know what a serving is, but it's one of those little squares. Almost look like a dog snack. I wonder if Doodle can have that. Let's see what's in it. Textured vegetable protein, non-GMO, isolated soy protein. I wonder if dogs can eat soy. Non-GMO, defatted soy flour, cornstarch, wheat protein, evaporated cane sugar. That's not good for a dog. Maltose, desorbitol soy sauce, water. There's a lot of soy in here. Non-GMO soybeans, salt, wheat, sugar, alcohol. That's definitely not good for a dog. Maltodextrin, non-GMO canola oil, yeast extract, lemon oil, natural flavor, salt, white pepper, and citric acid. Contains soy and wheat. Best before indicated on the rear of package. I'm on the rear of the package. Best before when? Oh, best before September 15th. We're screwed. We are screwed. It is not best. It's not best. It is not best now. I apologize for that. So let us ask a question. And the question is, nope, I'm not going to ask that question because I just answered it. So the question was, what is the botanical word for the fruit of coffee, mango, olive, and apricot plants? And it was stone fruit. But another word for it is drupe, D-R-U-P-E. But I already answered that question, so I'm not going to ask it. Here's another national park question. Let's ask that. Which national park is almost completely underwater? 99% underwater. Which national park is almost completely underwater? So we're going to put that underwater, leave that, and let that sit, and open up our Unisoy Wholesome Wonders original vegan jerky. How are we doing out there? We still got people in there. It's gotten a little quiet. Am I still connected? Somebody just say something so they know that I'm still connected and I'm not talking to myself. Not that I don't mind that. Somebody's here. Tom is there. Okay. My God, it looks like dog snacks. Doesn't smell like dog snacks. Look at that. It's like dog snacks. It does not look like jerky. It does not look like any kind of jerky I've ever seen. It looks like a little coconut square. Thank you, Jared. That's a texture jerky. That must be tough when you're doing plant matter, though. Unless you're doing tree bark. It's really chewy. But it's chewy, but it doesn't have the fiber that, and when I say fiber, I don't mean like, that helps you poop. I mean fiber like, fibers, like muscle fiber. It doesn't have the fiber running through it. So that change in the texture is different. Definitely tastes soy sauce, soybeans. I don't know. I think I've had better vegan jerky. I'm not going to throw this away, honestly. I mean, I will eat this later. But at the same time, the texture is close but no cigar. The flavor is not meaty at all, not savory. I mean, they should, like, to me, I think maybe they should have maybe put some mushroom in there, some sort of mushroom in there, and make it more savory. It's not savory at all. It's sweet. Look at that, a thumbs in the middle. Yeah, it doesn't wow me. The texture is not right. It's not savory. I just think it should be savory. Thumbs in the middle on that one. So let's go back to our card. And the question was, what national park is only almost completely underwater, which is 99%, 99% underwater? Casey the Moo said, dry tortugas. Jared said, I always want to try, but I'm not too sure on it. I'm not sure what he was talking about. Kumquats? Jared, which were you talking about as far as what you wanted to try? It looks like Casey the Moo is, are you, Casey the Moo, are you related to Cult Moo? Or you guys just have the same last name? The correct answer is, in fact, Dry Tortugas National Park in Florida. Here's my question. Why would you name a national park that is 99% underwater Dry Tortugas National Park? Dry. Why? It's underwater. Why would you call it Dry Tortugas National Park? Makes no sense whatsoever, but that's what they did, and it is the only or the national park that is mostly underwater, not at 99% underwater. Kind of weird. Okay, that goes back in the deck, and we have, what do we have? Oh, we have our beer left. So, well, let's do this before we do our beer. Let's do this. Let's start with a cracker. Let's cut me off a piece of this Kit Kat bar. This plumquat, not kumquat, plumquat. Let's cut off some plumquat. Tom, would that be a suitable substitute for kumquat? Is plumquat? Probably not. There we go. And doesn't that look delicious? Now lettuce, not lettuce. We don't have lettuce. I call that because there's no way I'm getting my tortugas wet. Yeah, well, apparently they're dry. So, so you don't do that. Let's open up our Daiya or Daiya. I don't know. Somebody help me out with the pronunciation. Daiya medium cheddar-style block. Not cheese, block. Because you can't call it cheese because there's no cheese in it. There's no dairy in it. Let's cut off a piece of that. Let's cut off 2 pieces of that. There we go. Let's see. Let's pop a couple of our vegan jerkies on there. I am a fan of Cult Moo, so I decided to put it in my screen name. Nice. I hope he appreciates the honor of doing that. I haven't watched. Have they done anything recently? They were having some problems, I think, with YouTube. YouTube was giving us some crap about some of their episodes or something. So, but I don't know if they've actually put anything out lately. But I did like their show. I think I'm subscribed, so I would think if they just started posting it. And, oh, cool. Okay. There we go. Well, little dog snacks on top of that. Let me go through our gumbo and see if I can fish out a couple of those sausages. Nope, I ate them all. Oh, no, there's one. All right. There we go. Let's put that on the top. What am I missing? Yeah, I got everything. Do I have everything? Crackers, the soup, the vegan jerky, the cheese, and the plumquat. I got everything. There we go. Let's try this. I bet it's not going to be too bad. Hey, the trips in the room. Which trips do we have today? All 3? Canada representing. You guys should have been here about like 10 minutes ago. We had a Canada question. Steve here today. Hey, Steve, how you doing? Good to see you. Even if it's just a little avatar. This is the weird thing about this concoction. So that vegan jerky thing adds no flavor to it whatsoever. The cheese adds texture, but not a lot of flavor. The plum adds juiciness to it. Most of the flavor comes from the cracker. Really weird. Steve, I will ask you a Canadian question that I asked. Let's see if you can get that. What is the oldest grocery store in North America? Want to give that a shot, Steve? What's the oldest grocery store in North America? You guys all know the answer. Steve doesn't. So it's not bad. It's really about texture more than anything else. The plumquat gives it. I'm getting flavor from the plumquat. I'm getting flavor from the oat cracker. Everything else is texture, and it's a variety of texture, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all. This is one of the few things we've done. It actually tastes pretty good. Thumbs up. We're lucky that doesn't always happen. It's good. I like that. All righty. So we're down to our last item, which is our alcoholic beverage of the night, being that it is Trippy Food Beer Night. But now every Saturday is Trippy Food Beer Night. Always chew your food before you swallow it. You know, unless you're a competitive eater. And I'm not. Katie Prettyman of Beyond Seattle Eat calls herself the world's okayest competitive eater. I'm not even okay. I cannot do competitive eating whatsoever. That's good. That combination is really good. I like that. That's pretty good. AMP. Did they have AMPs in Canada? When I was a kid, there was an AMP up the street from my house, back where the mastodons used to graze, and the saber-tooth tigers would come and hunt them down and everything. And there was an AMP in that area, but that is old, but not old enough. I'm not sure when the AMP was founded, but I didn't realize that there was AMPs in Canada. So yeah, when I was a kid, my mom used to send me to the store. Little kid, they could do that back then. Used to send me to the store, and I'd go to the AMP up the street. AMP stood for Atlantic and Pacific, and they gave you green stamps. Another thing that absolutely nobody in the room remembers. Well, Tom might remember green stamps. Tom, do you remember green stamps? Did you collect green stamps? That last bit was actually pretty tasty. That was good. Steve, the correct answer was J.A. Masson in Quebec City. So oldest grocery store in North America. So if you've never been, the place is awesome. Like when my wife and I went, we took a vacation, and we went for our anniversary. We went to Quebec City and Montreal, and we went there. And so we visited it one time, and we just called it the magical place. It was just the food was just amazing. And so there happened to be a laundromat that was a couple of doors down, and so we knew that we were going to have to do laundry while we were there. So I think we were there for like 2 weeks, and we decided we were going to do laundry while we were there. So we went to the laundromat that was down the street from there, and while we were waiting for our clothes, we went there and we got some Hungarian sausage, some French brie, and a baguette, and we just sat there in the laundromat eating this brie with this baguette with this brie and this Hungarian sausage, and just like, oh my God, it was so good. It was so good. So kind of a cool place. It looks as old as it is. Firefly is in the house. Welcome, Firefly. We have half an hour left, so you are not too late. So my mother collected them. I remember, I don't have it now, but I remember that I saved up green stamps. This is probably the mid 70s, maybe, so that I could buy a fake Tiffany lamp for my room. So I mean, it wasn't like real stained glass, leaded stained glass. It was just like a pattern on dappled glass, and it had a brass ring around it, and I had like one of those big kind of ball globe lights. But yeah, I saved green stamps to buy that for my room, so that was kind of cool. Quebec City is a really cool city to visit. It hasn't been in years, but so much history. I'll bet you it doesn't change too much. The one funny thing about Quebec City is that when we went, Claudia, we went past Dollarama, and they had a huge Dollarama up there, and we just never got to go in. And so Claudia was going like, Dollarama. Then one time we went to BC, to Vancouver, BC, and we saw a Dollarama, and it was like the size of this room, and they had nothing in it and everything. And she just goes, Dollarama. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, Quebec City, we had such a cool time in Quebec City. We went to in the area. We went to a sugar shack. So in early April, late March is the height of the sugaring season. So they have when the temperature gets to a certain point, both at night and during the day, is when the maple trees give off their sap. And so they have these places called sugar shacks where they actually extract the maple syrup from the trees. But then they also have these like dining cabins where you go in there and they have like French Canadian feasts. And naturally, maple syrup figures prominently. Like they give you coffee, and then they say, "Like, do you have anything to sweeten the coffee?" And they go, "Yeah, the maple syrup." But if you've never been to a sugar shack, that's a lot of fun too. So you would need to go. Like I said, the height of the sugaring season is late March, very very early April. Mid to late March. I think is probably the best time to go. I definitely recommend it. Also, it's Chute Montmorency, which is a huge waterfall that's up there. Not just maybe not even half an hour out of the city. You can actually see it from the city. So yeah, Quebec is like an awesome, awesome place to visit. So thank you. Let's see. We have one thing left, which is our beer. Now, the thing that makes me a little bit nervous of this is Oude Gueuze, which means old Gueuze, whatever a Gueuze is, or goose maybe. Oude Gueuze. And again, let's see, what was the deal with that? The deal with that was that it is a blend of old Lambic aged for 3 years in wooden barrels and young Lambic, which ensures spontaneous fermentation in the bottle. Lambic is a type of beer brewed in the Pajottenland region of Belgium, and since the 13th century. And so, see, that didn't work. Hang on. And so we are going to try this. Now, the thing that makes me a little bit nervous about it is down here. It says World Beer Awards World's Best Sour. So this is a sour beer. Let's give it a shot, see what happens. So we're going to read a card. They pour maple syrup over ice snow to solidify and wrap it around a stick. Yes, they do. And again, I think we went on Claudia's birthday. We were at a sugar shack, and we ran into some Quebecois college students, and they were singing some form of happy birthday to Claudia in French Canadian, and it was a lot of fun. So I think there is a Trippy Food blog article on that. So check that out. All right, so we're going to ask a question before we open this, and our question is, bon fête to you as well, Steve. And our question, if I'm using that phrase right, I don't even know. All right. So last trivia question, the trivia question before we open our beer. What variety of potato is most widely used for French fries and who developed it? Again, what variety of potato is most widely used for French fries and who developed it? So we put that in the potato drawer. Make sure we keep it dark so it doesn't grow eyes. And let's open our beer. Now, hopefully I don't take an eye out, but thankfully I'm wearing glasses. So hopefully that won't happen. The thing about opening something with a cork is you don't want to do it like that, because that's when the cork goes flying and takes an eye out. So you just want to kind of twist it until it pops and you're holding it in your hand. That is the way to open a cork or like a sparkling thing. There we go. I mean, it's not as much fun. Maybe I should, like, I don't have a saber to like saber it open. You know, I don't know if you could use a back scratcher for that. Anyways. Ooh. That is a funky smell. Ooh. Wow. It has a little bit of a dumpster smell. Now I'm nervous. All right, let's give it a shot. Julie is not here to rate my pour. It's okay. It doesn't look like it has a big head. Val, you need your own line of nerd knives. I do. I don't remember where I got my nerd knife, but I need to specify, what's in the nerd knife. It has a bottle opener, but, it doesn't have like a Richard Simmons bottle opener, so maybe I should have that in there. Looks like there's some sediment in the bottom. There we go. Our beer tornado. Annie M, it's a twister. It doesn't smell that bad when you put it in the glass, but out of the bottle, really weird smell. I can't say it smells sour. There is a sour smell. So I don't want to tell you what things have a sour smell. Hey, Doodle in the room. Come on, come up and say hi to people, Doodle. Why aren't you wearing your bondage gear? It's Doodle, the Prince of Dogness, everybody. Doodle in the room, Doodle. Doodle, you have a snack right there on the floor. You have a snack on the floor. I can't give you any of this. I don't know if this is bad for you. So, Doodle, everybody. Hi, I'm Doodle. I'd be a crappy ventriloquist. Hi, I'm Doodle. Doodle in the room. All right. You okay, Doodle? Huh? Doing okay? Yeah? There's a snack right there. Look. There's your snack right there. Right there, Doodle. Right there. Right there. You can't have another snack. You haven't eaten that snack. Eat that snack. Eat that snack. All right. Back to our beer tornado. No, Doodle, you can't have any beer. What? Whoa. That's Granny Apple Sour. Granny Smith Apple Sour. Holy crap. That is fruity sour. That is like hardcore, like acidic fermented IPA sour. Wow. That is sour. It tastes like a citrus fruit. That's how sour it is. It's not a bad taste though. It's almost like it's almost reminiscent of like a sour cider. It's kind of like I said, Granny Smith apples. I'm like a Granny Smith apple cider, but like a really hardcore. It's more tart than the Granny Smith apple. Yeah, Tom, I'd say it's kumquat sour. I mean, Eli, I'm sorry. I see the word kumquat. I always think it's going to be Tom. Wow. It's kind of weird. I like it. I guess I've never had anything like this before. It's really weird. That will take the edge off my booster shot symptoms. I'm going to give that a thumbs up. It's really, it's like if you want that Granny Smith apple experience drinking a beer, it doesn't taste like a beer at all. The alcohol is like so subtle because of that tartness. That tartness is full on 100% tartness in your face tartness. Wow. I mean, you can feel it going down. That's how tart it is. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. Yes, it is kumquat. So Eli, have you had kumquats before? Because we did them on one of our live streams. We did kumquats, and yeah, they are very sour. Let's go back to our question. Our question is, what variety of potato is most widely used for French fries, and who developed it? And Tom, old guy in Colorado, said, "Comrade russet taters." Steve said, "I think Tom's right. Russet potatoes." Let's see. Was that it? Is that anybody else? No, nobody else. All right. Yes, you are correct. It is the russet Burbank, specifically the russet Burbank. So it was developed by Luther Burbank. Luther Burbank developed the russet Burbank. Back then, they didn't have any copyrights or anything else like that on something that you developed, especially food wise, and not potatoes. And so, but they did name it the russet Burbank after Luther Burbank. But the russet Burbank potato is the most widely used potato for French fries in the world. So let's see, points wise. Steve said russet potatoes. He didn't say Burbank, so you get half points, but we're giving 1,000,000 points, so you get 500,000 points. Tom said, comrade russet taters. He did say taters and not potato, so we get a little bit off of that, but he did say russet. And so, Tom, you're going to get, let's see, I would say 250,000. So you have 250,000 points for you, 500,000 points for Steve, and then the rest of you get 1,000,000 points each for not answering wisely. All right, so I think we're done with that. One more thing that we didn't do. Let's go ahead and do it, because you know that that's what we do here. So I'm going to take a little bit of the beer and put it in there and spill it all over the counter. because that's how I roll. I spill beer all over the counter, the desk, as it were. I got to figure out what to do with all these leftovers, what to make with all these leftovers. I'm going to eat that soup. That soup is really good. I can't use that cheese on the soup. Yeah, I got to figure out what I'm going to do. And some of our joie. We have no Brazilians there. No Brazilians in the room. I don't mean people who've had Brazilians. I mean Brazilians. No Brazilians in the room. I think that's joie. I think that's joie. But I don't speak Portuguese, so I don't know. Sparkling pineapple, coconut, and nutmeg. And let's put that in there. Because that beer is fruity, I think this is going to work. We'll see. Mazel tov. Where can I cash in my points and what do I get for them? Green stamps, Tom. Green stamps. You get green stamps. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So this added, I'm definitely tasting coconut. I'm not tasting the pineapple so much, but I'm definitely tasting the coconut from this. And then the sourness of this is muted in. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that pulpy stuff at the bottom. Look at that. Yeah, there we go. The sediment. It's actually pretty good. It tastes citrusy. It's not bad. It's actually pretty good. So I am going to finish that beer. And that is a delightful beer. I think we answered our question. So we will save our other trivia questions for next week and try to figure out what we're going to do next week. I think that covers it for what we did. So now we can talk about stuff. I love to talk about stuff, don't you? I'll get the canoe. How much is the canoe? How many green stamps is the canoe? All right, let's talk about this. This is one of the things I wanted to talk about. So this was a while back, and correct me if I'm not saying their name right. I think this is like a rap artist or something. McDonald's offered saweetie. Saweetie? Maybe it's like supposed to be like sweetie, but they say saweetie. It's Saweetie. I'm not hip with what these kids are listening to. Saweetie. I think it's saweetie. I don't know if it's a rap artist. It might not be a rap artist. It might be like Adele. Adele is not a rap artist. So saweetie, I'm not sure what saweetie is or who saweetie is, but they did. But McDonald's did a saweetie meal, and it includes a Big Mac, 4-piece chicken McNuggets with 2 sauces, saweetie and sour, and tangy barbecue, as well as medium fries and a medium Sprite. Here's the thing: we did the Travis Scott. We did the Travis Scott meal, which is basically like a quarter pounder with lettuce on it and some bacon, which I think that they don't normally put on it. Everything else was like large order fries, barbecue dipping sauce, and it wasn't a Sprite. What was it? I don't remember what the soda was. Not a big deal. Now, we made a big deal by going to the world's oldest McDonald's. Then, let's see, there was another one. There was another recent one. I don't remember which one it was, but we're not going to do any more of these. We're not going to do any more of these because honestly, it's not. Oh, thank you very much, Steve. The BTS meal. You're absolutely correct. We did the BTS meal. The good thing about the BTS meal was it was basically McNuggets and a drink and French fries, and they had a sweet chili Korean dipping sauce, and that was pretty good. But other than that, not a variation, not a big departure from anything, and really not worth it. So we're not going to do these anymore, because quite frankly, it's like, how many ways can you eat the same McDonald's food just with this put on this and this put on that and everything? I'm really kind of tired of it. However, Burger King has jumped into the celebrity meal game. And they're calling it the Keep It Real meal. And so what they're doing is they're taking people like Nelly, Little Huddy, and Anita. Those are their stage names. Nelly, Little Huddy, and Anita. And they're putting together similar types of meals, but using their real names. So let me see if I have that article here. I will post that article. But again, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's okay. So the only difference between the Burger King one and the McDonald's one is that the Burger King one is using the celebrity's real name instead of their stage name. but it's the same thing. They're just taking things that already exist. So here's what we're going to do. The next time we do one of these meals, we're going to do the Trippy food meal. We're going to find a McDonald's or a Burger King that is doing the Trippy food meal, and we're going to check out the Trippy food meal. And we're going to see how the Trippy food meal is dressed up. So this is sort of a challenge to the fast food places, and a challenge to us to do a Trippy food meal at one of these fast food places. But that's the next one we're going to do. We're not going to do any more of these celebrity meals. Again, it's just taking regular ingredients that are on the menu, putting this on top of this one, substituting this for this and everything. It's really, there's nothing interesting or nothing different on that. So that's what we're going to do. One of the things that we missed was that because it was limited time and limited availability, was that, hang on one second, was that Eggo, let go my Eggo, the frozen waffle people. Eggo debuted a meatless chicken and waffles on National Waffle Day, which was August 24th. So that was last month. Last month they did that. The thing was, it was available online, and the bots got it all, right? So it was almost impossible to be able to get that. But they did a meatless chicken and waffle thing. I am disappointed. I'm disappointed in these companies that do this, that they basically say, hey, it's limited. We're only going to offer like 400 or 500 of these things. And so you have to get it online. And so what happens is all the bots get that. They may be like big time bloggers who contact these companies and go, hey, I want to review this thing before you make it public and everything. I want to review it. So send me one. And they probably get them because they have millions of viewers. Or, somebody gets it and they put it on eBay. But I'm disappointed in it because people who are genuinely interested in it, people who genuinely want to try it, can't try it because, again, they're usually sold out in minutes or less than minutes. We tried that with there was a company in Colorado that was doing mustard flavored beer, and we tried to do that twice. So we put on we tried to do it, and then within a minute it was sold out, completely sold out. And they said, "Oh, put your name in here because as soon as we have more, we'll make it available. We'll let you know by email." So maybe a week later, I got an email saying, "Hey, we have more." So as soon as I clicked on the button, it was already gone. It was already gone. So it's really, really disappointing. I think we're going to try to stay away from those as well. Because what is the point of me going out of my way or spending a large amount of money to get something that you're not going to have access to? I mean, I imagine that at some point in time, you don't mind me, watching me eat stuff. But at the same time, if you can't try it yourself, what's the point? So I want to do things, even if they're in other cities. It's still, if you go to that city, you will be able to try these things. But I don't want to do things anymore where it's like limited time only. You don't have access to it and everything. I will make an exception for something that we've done recently. I want to hold the thought on that. So I don't want to tell you what it is yet, but I want to make an exception to that only because I want to turn something into something that's available to you. So again, two things that we're not going to do is we're not going to do the celebrity meals, which are again just take these ingredients, throw them together, and there's nothing interesting happening there, or things that are so limited that they're sold out within a minute and people don't have access. So we're not going to do that. So you should go get your favorite fast food burger, fries, and sides from different places and build a Val meal. Well, actually, what I would like to do is I would build a Trippy food meal, but something at one place. So, but I would do it with ingredients that you might not typically get at that place. It's like if you think about it, was it McDonald's or Burger King? I can't remember. I think it was Burger King. Burger King in China. In China, they had that the spam burger. If you remember that from last year, the spam burger, which is basically like a spam sandwich. I'm trying to remember if that's the one that had the Oreos on it. It might have been the one that had the Oreos on it, so that was easy to reproduce. It was easy to reproduce. I mean, not to go to a Burger King and get it, but it was easy to reproduce at home. So that kind of is worth it if it's easy to reproduce. So I think what we do is if we do something like that, we will do a Trippy food meal. It will be the official Trippy food meal. We will give those, that fast food joint an opportunity to make the Trippy food meal, and Yeah, and be done with it. But yeah, as far as going with the celebrity meals and everything, I'm not going to do that anymore. As far as trying to go overboard to get something that's only available for a minute and completely sold out by either the bots or the people who have access and everything, not worth it. Not worth it to you, because again, I can show this to you, but if you don't have access to it, you can't get it. What's the point, right? You can come up with value versions of high-end sit-down and fast food meals and call it value meals. I see what you're doing, Ryan. It works on so many different levels. Yeah, I could do something. I will do something. I will do something coming up. I will make a Trippy food meal somewhere. I might do one of the lesser, it might not be Burger King. It might not be McDonald's. It might be one of the lesser ones, like I don't know, Five Guys, or Five Guys is just because they have like 30 different ingredients you can put on it. It might be Five Guys. It might be The Habit. It might be even Carl's Jr. or Fat Burger or something like that. So we might do something like that. We'll put our own. Fat Burger is interesting because it's the only burger place I know of where you can get a fried egg on top of your burger. You go to a Fat Burger, you want a fried egg on that? I think they charge you like $1 extra, something like that. Put a fried egg on top of your burger. Why not? So we will come up with a Trippy food meal. We will let you know where you can get it, and we will hope that they can put that together. And if not, you'll be able to put it together yourself. So that's what we'll do coming up. I like a Culver's burger with rally fries and a Mexican jamaica. We have not had the Mexican jamaica. So the same company in Southern California that makes Orange Bang, also they make several other things. They make horchata, they make jamaica, and I can't remember. I think they do a total of 5 different things. And we have not tried all 5 of those things. I think we did I think, if I'm not mistaken, we did an episode at the Hat, and we did an episode at Tops, both pastrami joints, pastrami dip joints, and we had Orange Bang there, but we did not have the other ones that Orange Bang does. So what we're planning on doing is there is a place in Pasadena, California, that does all the different flavors, and so I'm going to try to get Jason Cantrell, who did the Dirt Dog episode with me and the Rose City Pizza episode with me. We're going to get him. We're going to go to Pasadena because that's his stomping ground. And we're going to try all the flavors. I can't remember what the company is that makes Orange Bang. We're going to try all the flavors and do that. So look forward to that one coming up. Culver's Burger is actually good. The only problem is, Eli, where are you from again, Eli? I should look this up. That way I don't have to ask you and I don't have to look so stupid each time. Eli, I show that you are not on my list, for I don't know where you're from, Eli. So Culver's, there's no Culver's in Southern California. I think there's Culver's in Texas. There may be in Arizona or New Mexico. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know where the closest Culver's is to here. If somebody wants to check out their website, let me know where they are and everything. But the thing that Culver's is famous for is their butter burger, and it is not butter in the burger. Basically, I don't know why they call it a butter burger. They basically butter the bun. So they have one of those machines that kind of like butters the bun, and they put it on the grill. They grill the bun with the butter on it, and that's why they call it a butter burger. But Culver's is really good. I have not had a Culver's burger in years. If I get somewhere where they do it, Reckless Eating, Matt from Reckless Eating wants to do another We Go Main show coming up, and so we're trying to talk about where we're going to go. We're thinking Arizona. We wanted to wait until it gets a little bit cooler there. I don't know how those of you in Arizona right now, tell me how cool Arizona is. Arizona can get cold. I remember being in Flagstaff at Christmas time, and there'd be snow, right? So it can get cold in Arizona, but typically I think it stays warm for a long period of time. There is a lot to do and a lot to see in Arizona. So I think that's probably going to be the next We Go Main show, and there'll be a lot of stuff. I'll be going with Matt, and then whoever else Matt chooses to have along. Tom, do they have Culver's in Colorado? Is that the Stoner? That's right. I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. People who change their name, it's like I have to keep up with that. Yes, they do have Culver's there. The meat on the burger was as thin as a playing card, dry and zero flavor. Well, that reminds me of In-N-Out, right? So In-N-Out, they make a big deal, mostly because of the price point. It's a cheap burger. It's a cheap fast food burger. But the thing is, the patty is only, I think it's 3 ounces. It's like an eighth of a pound patty. So people say, oh, well, you have to get a double. It's like, what's the point of having to get a double? If I want to go in there and I want to just get a cheeseburger, I should have something that's substantial enough that I can taste this. If I have to get a double just to get some flavor out of that thing? Is that really worth it to me? And then it's not at a good price point anymore. So I'm not really good at math, but I think an eighth of a pound. If you have 2/8 of a pounds burgers together, that's a quarter pound. I'm pretty sure that would be a quarter pound. That's not a big burger, but a double would be a quarter pound of meat and 2 slices of cheese. And at that point, it's the price point is irrelevant. Same as Freddy's, also way too thin. Freddy's in Colorado? Is Freddy's anywhere besides Colorado? Because I've never seen a Freddy's here, and I remember seeing a Freddy's when I lived in Texas or Oregon. So I don't know how widespread Freddy's is. I like me a smash burger. Yeah, if you're making it yourself, Eli. I'm trying to think of there's a place called Smash Burger. Oh, Smash Burger, smash fries, loaded in a carne asada burrito with sour cream and cheese. Is that something you have to do yourself, Ryan, or is that something that you can get at Smash Burger? Because or are you talking about making your own smash burger? Because there is a place called Smash Burger. There's a chain called Smash Burger. I think they're based in Colorado. And I'm trying not you, Tom. Tom's something. Tom's Urban. Tom's Urban is the other restaurant. So this guy Tom, I can't remember his last name, but Tom's Urban is one of the restaurants, and he also owns Smash Burger. So Smash Burger is a chain. But Ryan, I'm not sure if that's what you were referring to, is the Smash Burger chain or not. For thick meat, I like steak. Yeah, who doesn't? But no, I like a thick burger every once in a while. I also like to change it up. I like an elk burger. That's the one thing I liked about Fuddruckers. And I think all of the Fuddruckers in Southern California closed. I don't think that they closed in other places, but I think they were talking about closing them in other places. But the one thing that I liked about Fuddruckers is that I think it was for an extra $1, you usually had 3 options for game meats. So usually it was like ostrich, wild boar, and elk, or maybe they substituted with venison or something like that. But they usually gave you 3 options, and I think it was $1 upcharge or something if you wanted the patty to be one of the game meats. But the thing was really cool is that you go in there and you could say, yeah, I want that with an elk patty, or I want that with a bison patty, or something along those lines. So that was pretty cool. But I think all the ones in Southern California closed now. Freddy's only has 308 only in 33 states. Only? That's a lot. That's more than In-N-Out. Well, In-N-Out may have more than 380 stores, but not in 33 states. I think there may be only in 5, maybe 6 states right now. Not like McDonald's. No, I would imagine it would not be like McDonald's. So I will have to check. Tom, does Freddy's have hope everyone have a great weekend. Oh, we're almost at that time. We have 3 minutes left. We can still yap at you for 3 minutes. So I promise you that after this, again, because I got my Pfizer booster shot, that I am having side effects from that. So I'm having aches. I have a 100-degree temperature, and my arm hurts like hell. And those are typical. That happened last time I got my COVID shot. So I'm going to nurse that. I'm going to sit. I'm going to finish my beer. I might have some more of my vegan gumbo. I hope that you. First of all, I want to thank you guys. I seriously want to thank you guys, because a lot of times you can get sucked into a discussion about veganism where it goes off the rails, and then people are arguing back and forth, and people are criticizing it and stuff like that. And I just want to thank you guys, because it was a spirited, interesting conversation that we had about vegan food, and we tried all the vegan food, and actually was, for the most part, I would say pretty good. I do like that we had a couple of vegans or vegetarians in the room that could help us out with that. But again, I do want to thank you for your for keeping it keeping it respectful and everything. And so hopefully vegans will watch this episode, because they get recorded and put up, and vegans will watch this later on and maybe find it interesting, and maybe leave some comments on it. So that would be nice. Monte Cristo sandwich on my stream channel. Oh, cool! That's what we decided to do. I was thinking instead of I think Monte Cristo has ham on it, something like that. I think maybe if you substitute rattlesnake meat for the ham, you can make a Monty Python sandwich. That would be fun. But seriously, I do want to thank you for keeping it real, keeping it respectful and everything. And I hope it was interesting for you, because it was interesting for me about the whole vegan thing, and really eye-opening, because when you go out, if you're a dedicated vegan, it can be difficult to find things that are vegan. You can't just go by what's on the label if it says plant-based, plant-based does not necessarily mean vegan. So so depending on how vegan you are, it can be really, really difficult to get vegan stuff. So I have a a higher appreciation for that after doing the vegan episode. So I hope you guys found it interesting. I hope you enjoyed it, and then we'll have to come up with some other theme for next week, or we'll do another grab bag. I'm not sure, but I can tell by John Cleese on the wall that we are almost at 2:00. I'm surprised he doesn't fall down because both of his legs are up in the air. I have a vegan restaurant here, and the buffalo mac and cheese is really good. So when you say buffalo, you're not talking about like bison. It's not trying to mimic bison. You're talking about like buffalo sauce, right, Jared? Is that right? Later, take it easy. Talk to you later. Yes, Bob. Bob, get back in touch with me because I want to do some stuff with you when I come up to Boston. So get in touch with me and let's plan on doing some stuff. It's going to be fun. But yeah, Jared, you know what? Leave a comment. So after this gets recorded, leave a comment on the episode and let us know where that restaurant is. And you know, I don't know if it will let you put the URL, or just let me know where the restaurant is, what city it's in, and then I will find the URL because I think I can post the URL, and then we'll post the URL so people can find the menu. And if they're in your area, they can check that out. So please let me know. Alfred Schlegel. Alfred, you are watching from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Well, more Canada in the room. We had Steve from the Trips join us, but we are at time, and John Cleese is about to fall down, so we are going to wrap it up here. And again, I want to thank every one of you for joining us today. I think it was an interesting, fun, and informative experience today. So we'll come up with something else interesting for you, but just be careful out there because it's crazy. So please take care of yourselves, take care of others, and we'll see you soon. All right. Bye, everybody.